it's Kristin KMatto here. How are you doing? Today I'm sharing with you the card I am finishing up for the Fold It Club that I am a part of from the Stamps of Life. This month for July 2026, it is Hedgehog and balloons. That's right, you get this little cutie critter and some balloons. Here are the dies that you get. Of course, you get the inside die and the shadow die. Stephanie was very nice and included some additional little pieces for like ears, eyes, mouth, extra balloon strings, and some extra ear pieces as well in case you want to layer everything up depending on how you want to work that. Here's the photo from the main cover or backing panel, or however you want to call that. This month, the two stencils that come along with that are a lovely set of balloons. While I didn't use it for my card this month, this would be perfect for all kinds of birthday cards, so I do think this will get used a lot in the future. And then the detail stencil, that I like to call it for this particular set, does the very nice little outline of the hedgie right around there. I did use that as well as with the balloon detail. So, also, little fun fact, the stamps that one can get as an additional add-on, look right there, Hedgehog, haha, Hedgehog, L-E. It probably took me 6 to 8 months to realize what L-E stood for. It stands for limited edition, because she is not going to be selling the fold-its as well as the coordinating stamps and stencils separately on their own on their website. You can only get this set as part of the Fold It Club. Now you might, if you're lucky, on the Stamps of Life resale group, be able to pick up some additional goodies, any Stamps of Life products, and I do know a lot of people do sell the fold-its if they're not that interested in them, so you may be able to get in and get it there if you're not signed up for the Fold It Club itself. So here we go with some of the stamps. Hedgehogs, hence why I mispronounced it earlier. Plus, you know, if you like those digital papers, which were Hedgehogs earlier this year from LV Handcrafted, would that not be perfect to go along with that? Hedgehogs to you! Hedgehogs on your birthday. Fun little fact I will give you on this stamp set, I needed it to cut it apart. So I performed stamp surgery. I did do it off camera, so in case, you know, so nobody has to cringe too badly. But you will see why I needed that separate for that bit. But I do like how there's enough space between there that I was able to cut that no problem without ruining the letters on the stamps. And then Living on the Hedge, I mean, does that song not, yeah, I mean, every time I look at that, I keep singing the song in my head. Keep looking up, be fearless, and look at the little baby hedgie stamp with the balloons. Oh, so cute. Okay, so here we go. Here's the shadow layer that I'm using for my particular fold-it. So, of course, the to you. And then on your birthday, well, yes, I had to cut it because it was just, for this particular card, it was too long, so I had to cut it. Yes, could I have done some fancy masking techniques? Yeah, I tend to mess that up, though, because I'll put the tape on, ink up the stamp, and then go to stamp it down and forget to remove the tape, and then I got a big old blob. So for me, stamp surgery is easier for me to keep a little cleaner of a look. But hey, you do you. You do what works for you and best for your supplies. Now, I did use Distress Walnut Stain ink for my stamping. I know a lot of people don't like to stamp with the Distress ink, but I do it all the time, so it works well for me. However, craft paper. This is the 110 pound craft paper that I get from Michaels. As you've probably seen, I normally try to put a layer on the inside, but this stuff is so dang heavy that I didn't need to, but I now know that stamping with the craft paper and the distress ink, I did use my stamp positioner. I did try to condition the stamp ahead of time because these are photopolymer. Sniff test, yep, they smell like photopolymer, made in the USA, and Stephanie always tells us that her stamps are photopolymer. So great quality, long lasting, but just distress ink on this particular craft cardstock. Lesson learned, it gets a little spotty. But you know what? I think if someone's getting this cutie-wootie little card, they're not really paying that much attention. And if they are, then they don't get cutie-wootie cards in the future. Am I right? Okay, so on the back of the card, the cute little Hedgie stamp. Oh! He would be so fun to use for so many things. And of course, my little handmade by stamp. Now, I do fold-its just a little bit differently than how Stephanie shows, especially because this is such thick cardstock. I have the main one. I'll show you the front in just a sec. But I go through like Sassy's LLC does and just die cut a second full one, score a bit at the top, and this is where I will glue. What will I glue to it? Well, I'll glue the front. Oh, here's some balloons, and he's floating by to say happy birthday. Oh, isn't he cute? Okay, so for the main Hedgie, I had sprayed previously with some unraveled Distress mica spray on some scrap piece of paper. So I cut that out. I used the stencil, the detail stencil, to go right along the edge with the walnut stain ink. And then for funsies, I brought out the Distress mica crayons using the unraveled and, what is this brown one? Fallen Acorn, to add a little bit of some detail around there. Now the mica spray, the shimmer on that seems to come through. The crayons that I used also have a little bit of a pearl finish, so I mean, he is super shiny, but that's okay. The papers here are Poppy, Lemonade, and I believe that might be Sky, because I think Cloud's the gray. If that is not Sky, I will put the correct color below. I then used the detail stencil with my gel pens, went ahead and added the fun details to that. The gold one does have a metallic color. These ones are just the plain regular gel pen, but I think it adds a nice little detail. I did use the extra die for the balloon strings to cut that out. Some of them were using black and stuff, but I thought for this particular case the white strings would help pop that a little bit so you could see the detail between Hedgie going into the balloons. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. So here we go. Let's a glue. Here's hoping for not too bad of glue adventures, because I did have some stamping adventures. Let me tell you, before I turned on the camera, I stamped out another one, right? Had this all scored. But look, I stamped the stuff on the inside. Oh, silly me. Silly me. That's okay. I mean, this will become scrap paper for something. Am I right? I am right. Okay, so, no biggie deal. No big deal. Life happens. And this isn't my favorite craft cardstock anyway, but if I'm going to make a card base with it, this is how I like to do it with the two pieces, because it seems like the fold on like a regular, say like top folding card base, just it's a little too much for me. Again, this is my personal preference. You do you, as Mr. Holt says. So here we go. There we go. I got it all glued in, and it'll fold back. So yeah, there we go. To you on your birthday. Oh, he's so cute. Now, do I realize that this won't stand? Oop, he falls over. But that's okay. He's still so cute. How could you not just love him anyway? There might be some other options you can do to get that to stand. I think there's a card stand die that one could use, but you know what? It's okay. I like it. And would you not like to receive that on your birthday? The little cutie wootie? Plus, I mean, who says a hedgehog always has to be brown? Why not throw in a little orange? If you're purple, Team Purple out there, I know there are many, many of you. Why not have a purple hedgie? Why not have different colored balloons? One can get really creative, I think, with this set as well as with the stencils. Not just the detail stencil, but the fun balloon stencil that comes along with this set too. I mean, they just, ooh, they are so good. I know it matches up here. There we go. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to do all the multicolor. You could do it all one or with paste. Ooh, so good. But here's my hedgie. That's my hedgie, and I love him. So, if you have any questions about the card I made, products used, or just even want to say hi, do let me know in the comments below. And as always, I'll talk to you on the next one.